it's Miss A, got a lot to say on all the things we go through within the day. Politics, dating, recipes, traveling, and yep, of course, I'm the karaoke queen. I take no L's, I'm always booking flights. This is my lovely lunatic Leo life. Kaboom! Guess who stepped in the room? This is my lovely lunatic Leo life. Kaboom! Guess who stepped in the room? The one and only MissALovesToTravel. Introducing the one, the only Mo Brown Suga. And I'm so proud to say I've known her since we were tweens. This girl is the dopest. She's the bombest. She's doing it all. I can't wait for you guys to hear what she's done. Stay tuned for Mo Brown Suga, y'all. Actress, dancer, manager, you name it. Mo Brown Suga. Yes. Welcome to my lovely lunatic Leo life with the one and only Miss A. And I got my childhood friend.
Hey girl, hey.
Mo Brown
Suga, baby.
Mo Brown Suga. Show some sugar. Oh, yes. She's bringing the energy and the sugars.
Yes, always.
All the time. Now, I like to say, me and her have known each other since we were tweens, okay?
Yeah, 12.
Tweens means in between.
Probably 11.
Probably. I think 11. Our fathers used to work together at Black Enterprise. So we used to go with them on a business trip. So every time we went on a business trip, she was like my bestie every time we were away in Florida most times, right?
Doing shenanigans.
Always getting in trouble, yo. I mean, we have stories for days. And my brother was part of the crew because I had to bring him with me everywhere. But I don't think your brother and sister were always with us. It was my brother always seemed to happen to be there. Like I always had to go with him.
Well, he's only like, well, how many years younger?
He's 3 years younger than me.
Yeah, my siblings are like 6 and 9.
Okay, that's why.
Yeah.
So we used to get in trouble. We done crashed a golf cart on a golf course in Miami or Florida. We was making phone calls to New York, and I remember back in the day making calls over the state lines was like $1,000. All right.
Yeah.
Girl, I ordered breakfast for $40. My father still never let me forget it. Me and my brother, the youngest hell, ordering $40 breakfast. Now it's nothing. We could order $40 breakfasts, but yeah. So we've gotten into it when we were young, and then as we grew up, like I think we were like 19. That was the last time we stopped traveling with them because I remember we were in Miami at 19 with my cousin Charles and my brother. I remember that. So that was it, and she's been doing her thing. We used to go to entrepreneur conferences, and she took a lot from it because she is an entrepreneur herself. Me, on the other hand, I wasn't really paying attention. I'd fall asleep in class. I was not beat, but now look who's winning and who's not, okay?
You're winning. I'm on your show.
Right.
Hey. And she got a lot to say.
I got a lot to say, but I ain't making money like, shoot, not yet. Put it into existence. It's coming.
The show, this is like,
I received it.
It just started.
You're right. We're only in the 7th episode. It just started. It's coming. But we're going to talk about everything you've been doing. We got to give you your flowers because you are so dope. You got a lot going on. You have web series. You are managing artists. You are a choreographer, an actress, a dancer. What am I missing?
Sugar Productions has been in full effect.
She has her own production company.
Film and entertainment company, yes. It has been a lot.
You are doing so well, and like, I'm not gonna put you on blast, but for somebody who's dope as hell, has a dope personality, is funny and hilarious, and is so confident on stage, you seem scary a little bit to show your talent. Like,
what? Right here, right now?
No, not now. On social media. I'm not gonna get into it, but you know what I'm talking about. Like, you need to stop thinking and just do it. Post all the shit that you're doing on social media. Like, brag about it, show off. Like, it's not even showing off because you're not doing it maliciously. You're just proud of what you do, and you need to showcase it. Everybody needs to see how you are and what you're doing because you are doing phenomenally great. Like, I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy to say I know Mo Brown Suga, okay?
Thank you. No, I really appreciate it, and I'm receiving it. I am.
Good.
Full throttle.
Good.
I do think that for me, I've never been, I've never been like a bragger or anything like that. So, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like, okay, I could be doing the most because I'm not quiet.
Right.
So like she's not quiet and
she's extra.
Can you turn it down like 10?
No, if anyone tells you to turn it down, you tell them to go away.
Turn it up a notch.
Right. If they say turn it down, turn it up 2 notches.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
3. Ain't nobody telling us to turn shit. Me and her are extra as hell, okay? And when we together, we gonna act up. No one's gonna tell us anything. Like we're entertaining people. What you gotta tell us?
I love it, Miss A. So yes, where do we begin?
I want to start with Suga Productions because you have a whole production company. Okay, Tyler Perry, watch out now. Okay, okay. You got a whole production company with web series, and what else you do? Commercials, you do voiceovers, like everything I wanted to do, you've been doing. You know what I mean? And so I just want people to know, like, more. We're gonna promote everything you're doing first of all. So let's talk about Suga Productions.
Yes. Well, Suga Productions is a film and entertainment company founded in 2010. So in 2008, I'll say that's when the stock market crashed. I remember I'd come off tour with the Classical Theater of Harlem, and I was doing, promotional modeling, brand ambassador stuff, and I remember standing in front of like one of the luxury cars that we were promoting, and I just saw everybody coming out with their ties, like they were just disheveled or whatever you call it. And I was like, what's going on? And the stock market crash. I'm like, oh wow, I'm all young.
Right.
I'm on Wall Street, this is crazy. And then Broadway shows shut down.
Damn.
And then theater companies were shutting down, and movies weren't doing as well. And so a lot of my friends ended up without jobs, without opportunities. And I was like, how can I be of service? How can I use my skill set to create opportunities for people? Mm-hmm. And I did a silent film with an old friend of mine, and we called it an experimental short. And it won a film festival.
Wow.
As me being a director, and I was like,
wow.
I'm doing it. For real. So I just decided to get the LLC going, and then I started doing corporate videos for the, New York City bridges and tunnels and all of that. And I was like, oh, you smart.
Wow.
Like, you smart. Like, you're not a dumb dancer. You're not a dumb performer. Like, you got this. And since then, we kept winning film festivals and doing all kinds of stuff, and I just kept going.
Wow. So that's how it started, just because people needed it.
Yeah.
And you just kept going. That's amazing. That's so dope to know that it's like you contributed to the fuckery that was the stock market crash. You probably, did you hire some of your friends that were, not hired, but did they help you with your production?
Yes. I had friends and I had some family. I actually had a family member that told me that I shouldn't call it Suga Productions because it's urban and no white people are going to want to work with me. So then I hired all white people.
Yes!
I hired all white people, and after experiencing it, I was like, hey, I gotta help my come on over. And so now, we have everyone. We have Asians, we have Indian, we have everyone.
Wow.
Yeah, like even from Prague, you name it, we have them.
And you have fans all over the world. You have a fan specifically in Japan? Korea. Yo, you got fans all over the world. They know who Suga Production is. They know who Mo Brown Suga is. Like, come on, this is huge. And you're on my show. You guys, there's gonna be a lot of this fake crying and hugging and kissing today, okay? So just get used to it. I'm so excited that you actually came all the way from Brooklyn to come all the way over here.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't. It's not bad. It's not. It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
So, you warm?
I am warm, but I had a sip of wine. So
Yes. Unwind. Unwind.
Wine. Oh, wow, wine. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now, also, we want to talk about. Okay, so I should have done my research, but I know it. So it's like the name, right? Yeah. So your showcase that you used to do with
Mic Check Wednesdays.
Mic Check Wednesday. She used to have a showcase. It was like once a month or every Wednesday.
Right. So Mic Check Wednesdays we did once a month.
Mm-hmm.
The show is actually we are working on bringing it back.
Oh, nice.
DJ Spinfo now has his own lounge, so.
Oh, dope. So that's where you can do it?
Yeah. So Mic Check Wednesdays, mastering individual creativity. We had artists from all over the place come to perform. Live bands, singers, dancers, comedians. It was amazing. We were the top show in New York City. And yeah, I have to clap because to be an African American woman working with two males in a male-dominated industry,
of course,
was extremely difficult. Like, you know, and you have the masculine, I'll say masculine energy, or just like the alpha male. So to have to be able to speak up as a person that's like 5'2", 5'3",
and petite,
right? And everybody's looking at you like, Miss Jules. I'm like, hey, yeah. So there was a lot of challenges, you know, with that, and you know, making sure you keep your team tight. But it's a great experience.
And y'all had it for a few years. It wasn't nothing.
So, well, Mic Check Wednesdays was one of the shows that I was hosting. So I was hosting a lot of concerts in New York City. And Santos Party House, Highland Ballroom, yo, you name it. There's so many places.
You're going to hear applause all motherfucking night, okay?
Yeah. I mean, I love hosting.
Yeah, and I want to get into hosting too. And sometimes, like when I practice in my house, I'm like doing the best hosting job. But then when I get in front of a crowd, sometimes I'm just like, oh God.
No, you do well because you do a lot of karaoke.
I do well. See, the music gets me going. But I hosted a fashion show recently, and so everything I practiced that I would do, I didn't do when I was there. I was just like, hey guys, check out my podcast. You know, talking about my podcast. I introduced a few people, but I didn't feel like I had the confidence that I usually would have. You know what I mean?
Well, it's a skill set.
It is a skill set.
And, you know, you have to work at it. You know,
the more
everybody thinks that they can just, you know, start at it, but you know, you have to work on it. You got speech, voice, and diction. You know, how to channel your energy, how to read the crowd. Like, it's something that you have to work on.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't just happen overnight. So it's okay, take your time.
I'm gonna take my time because I know I could be a great host. Like I've hosted events where I did great jobs, but then I've had days where I was just like, oh, I could have done better. You know, so I know I could do it. How did you get into voiceovers? For people who want to do voiceovers, like, is that something that's difficult to get in? Is it like a major, is there too many people that's in it already? The same people they use, or how does that go?
No, well, voiceover agencies. Well, I got into voiceovers in 2006. My mentor at the time is Chris Mercado, who is the program director at WBLS. One day, so we had a show called Live from the Yard. It was a show where we hosted concerts for sororities and fraternities, and it was a turn up. When I tell you, we was at Club Amazora, like we were blazing. Okay, so one day he was like, hey, we have a voiceover to do for Foxy Brown. She has a new album coming out. And he was like, you want to do it? And I was like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, it's $350. And I was like, it's $350? Okay. I thought it was going to be like a lot. And it was literally like a paragraph of 4 sentences. So he put on the music. And then he was like, so that's what the music is going to be. So we just need you to have energy like you hosting the show. So I was like, Foxy Brown's back for her new debut album. Yo, I was just going in. And he was like, perfect. And I was like, okay, so keep going. Let's do 2 more takes. And I was like, oh, okay. And then he was like, cool. I think it was like the next week, I got handed the check and I was like,
woo! For Foxy Brown back in the day.
That was the first one. And the second one was it Chris Brown?
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then it was Mariah Carey.
What? I never even knew all of this.
Yeah.
Really?
I try to post it, but I just feel like you guys can go look it up. You know?
We can't. I mean, they can. I need to know this from your mouth. Shit.
Yeah, but like, look it up.
Wow. So that's how you started on people's albums.
Right, because I was in radio, so I was on BCAT, which is the Brooklyn Community Access Television, which is now called Brick Arts Media. So that's the local station in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And just doing, the radio there and making sure I saved all of my radio shows.
Wow.
And I used to go back and listen to myself. and, you know, study. How can I sound better? And I don't mean better as in, you know how some people compare themselves, but how can I sound more engaging? I love the mystery behind the voice. So that's how I know I like coming after radio. Like, none of them.
You got too much going on right now.
Yeah. But that's how I started. So my first one was for a Foxy Brown album. See, now when people do stuff, they just be doing it. But it was a huge deal in 2006.
Hell yeah, that's a big deal.
Actually, that was my second. My first one was for the Women of Power Summit for Black Enterprise. And I did not realize, I knew the magnitude of it then, but when you're around other people that just, you know, see you as, you know, oh, you're just Mo.
Yeah.
They don't
So-and-so's daughter.
Right. They didn't make me feel like it was a big deal. So I didn't take it as a big deal. So, you know, now I'm like,
that's huge. Back then.
Oh my
Yo,
God.
you've been doing it. And that's great that you're still going, because there's so much that happens in the industry that can knock people down. So the fact that you've been doing it for over a decade is like
20 years?
20 years, 2 decades, and you sticking with it.
And we'll say this. So I've been performing for longer than that. Like my first official step into performing professionally was a LensCrafters commercial that my family had taken me on for an audition.
Wow.
And yeah, and so, you know.
LensCrafters? Weren't you in The Lion King? Why do I feel like you were in The Lion King?
No, I was not in The Lion King. But I could have been in a lot of shows, but I would have probably died from not having enough time to sleep.
Yeah, I see it. You would have been overworked back then.
I was overworked 2019.
Damn.
Had a mental breakdown. It was not good.
See, and that's another thing we need to discuss too, because everybody wants to get into industry. People want to go viral. Like the things that we've gone through now, it's easy. Well, not easy because I still haven't gone viral, but people go viral and they get discovered. We have worked and we've processed, we've done all the hard shit that it is to get, like, we're at the point where now we will receive the blessings from everything we've done in the past, you know. And people now, it's easy people think it's so easy just to be discovered. It just takes the one right person to discover you, or it takes the one right place to be at the right time, you know. Now it's just Instagram. You can do whatever, do something dumb as hell and go viral and be discovered. But like, we have worked on this craft for years. She's been in 20 years in multiple different crafts.
Yeah, I am a professional voiceover artist, professional host, film director, producer, singer, and dancer.
Girl, my friends is so dope.
Let's just call it, I'm a businesswoman.
Yeah, you a boss ass bitch.
Period.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit it so hard though. I get so excited.
Nah, because I've been working hard for it. But I think that now I'm able to see, I work with intention, and I think there were a lot of people that thought that I was, you know, when I released Hating on Love, the music project, it was pop rock. And, you know, I got a lot of slack from people because I was a black girl singing pop rock. But my intention was to learn everything that I could learn in having a band, in performing on tour, in creating costumes and doing all those things, so that I can develop Sugar Productions to manage these artists. So, you know, of course people don't know your intention. People don't know that I was working hard to build this, how can I say it? Because everybody says empire.
I was thinking that.
But
conglomerate?
Amazingness, you know, from more than just me being in front of the camera. Because although I love being in front of the camera, there's just something magical about me being able to capture someone else or behind the scenes. I like to bring out the best in people. I don't know, I just love it. I just love it.
That's so it's like, you know, your purpose in life. Do you feel like that's your purpose, to help people find their happiness on camera, or is it for you to be on the camera? Like, what do you feel like now?
I feel like I'm just living throughout my heart. I don't know, I stopped putting labels on those things.
Okay. And
I just literally do what I feel.
That's good. What makes you happy, and it makes other people happy. That's how you know you have a pure heart. When you doing something that makes you feel good and makes other people feel good, you're not doing it maliciously, you're doing it even to help others, and it makes you feel good. it's beautiful. Like
I think I'm getting emotional because, you know, when you do interviews or just talk to other people, I never pull back who I am, but I feel like there are certain things that you can talk about or that you stop yourself from talking about. So to be able to have you go full throttle and, you know, talk about everything, it is emotional. So when you think about all the things that I've gone through to get here, it's really, I'm mad that I'm crying right now.
don't be mad, girl. Let it out. Let it out.
So bad that I'm crying. But it's happy tears.
It's good. Yeah.
Not sad tears.
Right.
We had sad tears earlier.
We ain't doing that today.
Yeah. Where's my tissue?
Playing the harp for you.
I don't have my tissue.
Oh man.
It's okay. I'll just use my denim.
You took that up. Well, no, I'm glad that you're being open and transparent because, you know, sometimes people don't know what it really takes and how much of a toll it takes on people. So I'm glad that this is happy tears that you're crying, but you've been through a lot. Like doing this, you lose friends, you lose family. Like honestly, I've been doing radio for almost 20 years and not once has my father really supported it because I never got paid.
He listen to this episode.
He needs to, but he doesn't. It's because I don't get paid for it. So he always thought I was wasting my time. You know, my mom, she always would listen. You know, even if it was something she didn't want to hear, she might preach about it, but she would always listen when she can. My cousin Charles, he listens as much as he can. My brother, sometimes I know he's busy, but I know he has other things to do. But sometimes it's still not the full support. My father, one time he's like, why should I listen? You don't even get paid for it. And it's like, I've been doing it free for so long and I feel like my time is coming now. But it's just like, I never had the support, but I always had it in my heart to do it. So it's like, I never cared that he didn't I mean, it hurt me sometimes.
So she was the intern on the Wendy Williams show, right? And you've had it in your heart. Like, when that happened, were they supportive of you then?
No, my mom was. She was like, you know what? My mom didn't want me working for Wendy in the first place. She was like, she's so evil and she's treating you this way. But now this woman, my mother, was watching Wendy's show like every day, telling me what happened. I'm like, Ma, you are not supposed to be watching her show. Okay, I don't want to hear what she's talking about. Well, she's doing it. I was like, all right, whatever. I let her have it. But you know, like when that happened to me, my mother was pissed. Like she was mad as hell when Wendy talked her shit about me on the air. But
your name came up like a lot.
It did come up a lot. And you know what's crazy? Back then I didn't realize it because I was interning for her and babysitting her son and tutoring for her. That's why I thought she would bring me on. But I know now that she probably saw something in me and she might have felt threatened because actually Trev Hollywood was her engineer or producer. He produced my first air check, what do you call it? Radio demos.
Okay.
He produced my first air check and I feel like she heard it. Even though this shit was crap. It was my first air check. It was terrible. I feel like she heard it and after she heard it, that's when she started treating me like shit. So I feel like she might have saw potential in me before I even saw potential in me, you know? This is Wendy. I was happy to work for her. I was happy to take the shit that she put me through. But the final straw was her talking her shit, saying she's gonna have me blacklisted from radio. She said, spread lies saying I tried to sleep with Charlamagne.
Wait, hold on. I can't do this because I did a play with Charlamagne, so.
You did?
Hi, Charlamagne.
Charlamagne, no, I'm trying to get in touch with Charlamagne. Like, Charlamagne, you know she did me dirty. You need to help me out. Charlamagne, I've been tagging him on all my podcasts.
He's just busy right now.
He's very busy,
so
I know.
Can't see
I know.
everything. My dad was actually on his show twice, like in 2020. Yeah, we did Ain't Supposed to Die After That. It was Melissa Ford's play.
Okay.
So Melissa Ford produced a play for vixens who committed suicide when the rainbow was enough.
Wow, I never heard of that.
Yeah, we did the play after Look, should we keep going? The AC is on.
I know, I was like, what's this noise?
So I played a prostitute on tour, and man, I would suck my finger good. I was making spray on the stage, all that stuff. And so they asked me to do the Vixens play, and I did the Vixens play. Another person who did it, so it was Melissa Ford, Charlamagne. Well, Okima Timor is a producer too. She did it the year after I did it. But there were so many beautiful women that that was a part of the play. And Charlemagne is a good actor.
I never knew he acted.
Charlemagne's a good actor.
I never knew that.
People don't know that, but he's a good actor.
Wow. So Charlemagne, what's up, yo?
Charlemagne did a play right after he left the Wendy show. So this was like 2009, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow. See, it's 6 degrees of separation. Like, Charlemagne, I don't know. It was so long ago. This was like 2005, 2006. But he would know who I am maybe if he saw me.
Yeah, for sure.
I remember one time he said I was one cheeseburger away from being
Stop
obese.
it. We cannot do this.
I was like, Charlemagne, really?
No.
No, I wasn't mad. I thought it was funny, but he did talk his shit about me or whatever. But I remember because I've been tagging him on my podcast, right? So one of the Facebook messages I saw in 2010, I hit him up to come out to karaoke with me. He's like, okay, I'm gonna check it out. Of course, he didn't come, but that was like the last correspondence I had with him in 2010.
Yeah, I know for sure that he was working and going to, that was right before 105.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a lot.
He's busy. I know he's busy. I know he got a lot going on. But Charlemagne, you didn't forget who Adrian is. I wasn't Miss A back then. I was Adrian Aquay. Miss A is who I am now. So, Rummy, because if you started the rumor about me and Wendy, you owe me something, okay?
Oh my God. The producer of so she's at Essence now, but one of the producers, her name is Tarina Yasmin Ramos. She was Wendy's producer for 10 years. She's one of my close friends. So I can't. I don't want to talk to
She might not have been there when I was there though, because I don't remember.
No.
I knew Taryn.
10th year.
Oh, okay, so with her TV or bring the chair in here. Oh. Okay. All right. So
where?
I know. I was like, so we worked with Charlemagne. I've worked with Charlemagne. That's so cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, this was 2009, and it was a great experience. Although I think everybody was trying to figure it out, so nobody was really, really close to each other.
Okay.
We were passionate about the craft.
Okay,
we're living in a time right now where there's not much passion. It's more for likes and more for people to just want to be known or loved. So the craft of radio, the craft of acting, the craft of all of it it's a little different.
Very different.
I think that's why it's important for me as a performance coach and with Sugar Productions to really do artist development. Mm-hmm. A lot of these artists are not developed in the right ways. And I'll use this as an example. If they're in a show and the show doesn't go as they like, the depression and suicide rate is through the roof.
Really?
Oh my God.
Damn.
If they don't do well on a show, if somebody doesn't like it, they think they're the most horrible person. And it's like, when did we get here?
Soft as hell.
Right.
Damn.
So, and it's a lot of work,
It does take a lot of work. I think because people are so used to seeing people do things on social media and it looks so easy, and so they don't know what really goes behind the hard work of honing your craft.
Right. There's hours of, rehearsals, and then rest is just as important. No one's really taught me how to rest.
Like you said, you went through a lot health-wise because you were always on the go. Like, do you want to talk about it? Are you okay? So. Nope.
Well, first we'll talk about the actual mental breakdown that listen, it can happen to anybody. It can happen to anybody. And I'm not saying because I don't have thank God I don't have mental health issues. I was saddened because I was overworking myself, and then one day I looked at my walls and I had nothing on my walls, and I had all of these playbills and all of these programs of the shows that I've done, and they were locked in a bin in the back of my closet. And I had to ask myself, why do I have these things locked in the back of my closet? Mm-hmm. Well, because I had, we'll say, family members or friends, because they don't feel like you are, Denzel or whoever which these people are like 20 years older than me.
That's crazy.
Because they feel like you're not there, that you ain't shit. And that's not what it is.
That's so messed up, yo.
So when I started taking out all this stuff, I was like, why did I do this to myself? I've been asking God for so much. Been asking God, give me this, give me that, give me that. And then I had to say, how can I expect all these things when I'm not even being grateful for what
you got? Right. Because of family members and friends. Yo, family members can really stop you from your greatness if you allow it. Because we always think that family members are supposed to support us and we're supposed to do what the family wants us to do. But sometimes they don't know what's best for you. They don't know that you being an entertainer could be healing for you. You know what I mean? They just expect certain, like you said, if you're not Denzel, they're not going to support you. If I'm not getting paid, my father's not going to listen to my shit. But we still have the drive in us. We still keep going. We didn't give up because this is what we were meant to do. You know what I mean? So
I did have my family's support for a number.
You did?
Yeah, because they were.
That's good.
I had them in the show.
Good.
And they came to events and stuff.
My family don't come to events. Like my cousin Charles would probably be the only one who would come to events if he could, And when I say events, I mean like karaoke. I love karaoke. But I do it like on a grand scale, it's like huge performances.
Yes.
So my cousin would always try to go whenever he could. My brother never really made it. My mom.
But I think I had the understanding from when I was like in elementary school that I'm here for my purpose and for me. So it didn't really matter. It didn't really matter. Like it mattered for them to be there, but I felt like it wasn't gonna stop me because I knew that I had, like if I say, okay, this floral bouquet is like $25, and then I'm with two friends that say, no, that's too much, and I'm like, well, bitch, I wanna charge $25. I feel like I'm worth $25, so that's what it's gonna be. So I knew from when I was younger that they weren't gonna be my target audience.
Wow. And that's big to know that, because someone like me who's different now, I wanted to please my family, you know what I mean? And the fact that you didn't care because you knew what you were worth, like at a young age, that is important, because even now, people that are our age or grown in their 20s or 30s, they just trying to please other people in life instead of doing what's best for them. So,
but the Black Enterprise events that we would go to, that I was paying attention to,
I was falling asleep in class. I was cold as hell all the time. Like,
they had the AC on full blast.
Always.
Yeah. I listened, but I'm also, we're Jamaican, so coming from the soil of Jamaica, where you have to build the roof and you're washing yourself outside, and experiencing that, and then coming to the States and seeing meat packaged in a wrap, you're like, oh wow.
Wait, you were born in Jamaica?
No.
Oh.
But I went to Jamaica when I was 5 months. Okay. And then, I went to school there. When they beat me, I said, listen, you're not doing this. Nope.
You got beat in Jamaica.
The lady told me to say my alphabet. I will never forget it. St. Mary Elementary. Ooh. Right? Primary school. That's what we call it. St. Mary Primary. The teacher said, say your alphabet. And I was like, no, I was trying to be all, I was 5, like, bitch, no. So say your alphabet. And I didn't want to. I'm sure that, the kids started snickering because I didn't have a hardcore Jamaican accent. Mm-hmm. So she kept telling me to say it. And when I was like, no, she got the switch and hit me. I ran out to school, ran down the hill, ran down the road. Who's not doing it? I knew from when I was 5, I'm not no punk. Like, this is not happening.
Wait, you ran away from school?
I did. I never went back. My grandma was like, you don't have to go back.
Oh, so your grandma didn't beat you when you got home?
Definitely. I ran into the house.
Oh my goodness.
The dogs were barking. Come on from under there. Come on from under there. I was like, oh my God.
5 years old.
I'm not going to beat you. I'm not going to beat you. I'm like, you're going to beat me. Dog barking. I came out. I got beat, but she never let me go back.
Well, that's good. At least she didn't At least you didn't get beat and get forced to go back to school and get beat again.
But I think my grandmother knew that I was a strong one. I think she knew. And maybe she cared a lot, because I think any other parent would have been like, go back.
Yeah, how did you not go back?
I guess I was kind of smart.
Yeah, well, my parents are from Ghana, and I didn't live in Ghana as a child because I don't think I would have survived that anyway. But we were still taught certain ways. But as far as entrepreneurship, like I had a lemonade stand probably once when I was a kid. That was the most I was gonna do. Like, oh wait, this is too tough. No one's coming over here. F this, forget it. F this and my lemonade. Like that was it. I never really cared to have my own business. I didn't know what I wanted to do. It wasn't until college that I decided to do radio. So it was like I didn't know. I knew I wanted to be in the entertainment somehow, but I just didn't see how being an entrepreneur would help me in the entertainment business. But now,
oh, that's interesting. I knew that I wanted to be bossy when we went to those events, and they were in red carpet. It was a red carpet, and they were taking pictures, and I was like, "Whose event is this? Where is this? That's what I want."
wow.
Yeah, I just knew. But I also think that my dad used to instill in me when I was a little girl. He used to go like this, like, and say, "You're special, you're unique. Nobody is like you. Yeah, there's a lot of people, but everybody is unique within themselves. And whatever you do, whatever you bring to the world is going to be special because it's coming from you. We all have different fingerprints. So what you can bring to the world is not what the next person can, and vice versa." So I think with him telling me that just, and from young, you know, so
that's good.
it was just instilled in me then.
That's
you know?
good.
So, and then also just being a loud mouth. I always got in trouble in school.
Me too, always. And I was not a good student. I hated school. My father was a math genius. I tell my friends all the time. I remember one time he sat with a belt at the dinner table with me trying to finish my homework, and it was math problem, word problems. I hated words. My father was a math genius.
Yeah.
I'm a dummy in math, and it was like 5th grade. He really sat there and threatened to beat my ass if I wouldn't answer. So I was just like, I don't want to get the wrong answer. I would just be sitting there looking at the paper like, okay, is he really gonna beat me? Am I gonna?
Oh, I had a tutor. I don't want to say the person was close. Like, there's no hope for her. She's just stupid. I was like, oh.
She said that to you?
It was a guy.
He said.
Man, this was one of my uncles. Not my uncle people. But
damn.
It was like, there's no hope with her. I just wasn't good at math, man.
Me neither. I hated math. I was good at English and
now know how to count the numbers.
Well, if it's like this,
yeah, I can tell you an invoice.
thank you. That's the only math I could do. Word problems, I don't need to know this word problems. I just need money in my hand and count that shit. That's it. Damn.
So yeah, it was being young, just being introduced to having self-confidence young. I think that's what helped me.
That is very important because I had no self-confidence when I was young. Like, I don't think we even really talked about it with my family. Like, you know, it's not like I was bullied in elementary school. It wasn't until
that's so interesting because when we were together, you were so vibrant and free, and you would wear your bathing suits, and I would be so small and so little.
Right, my tall ass.
And I loved it.
But you know what it is? It's because, like, with my friends, I was good, but at school, in elementary school, I think middle school is when I started to come out my shell because I was also in sports. So people I was in sports with, I was going to school with. So I could be silly. I was, you know, bullied in elementary school, but I think middle school is when things started to change. And that's when I started to come into myself. I still didn't know I was going to be this goofy person.
Size does not matter at all. Because look at this. I am all of 5'3", and I'm telling you, there was one person who tried to bully me. One. And when I took my knuckle and I knocked her back, and I ain't never been bullied since then. And look at you saying bullied.
And look, I was
That's
tall,
crazy.
big girl being bullied. Not big, but just tall. I was always tall.
Yeah.
Bullied because I was black. I grew up in a white neighborhood, or white, Spanish, Indian, Philippine, whatever. It wasn't a lot of black. It was probably 3 black kids in my whole elementary school. So I remember in 3rd grade, I was called corroded. I didn't even know what the hell corroded is. How did they know what corroded is? But I was called that. Like, I was called all types of stuff because I was black. So I used to grow up thinking I was black and I was ugly. I used to want my name to be Tiffany, you know? Yeah, girl. I used to want to be called Tiffany. And I just hated being dark skin, and growing up where I was growing, I was sad about it. And at 14 years old, I tried to commit suicide at 14. But that, not because of that, I was starting to get a little popular, but it was because I felt like I would never have a boyfriend. I always liked the white boys. The white boys never liked me back. You know what I'm saying? They never liked me back. Like, no boys liked me. It wasn't until I was 16 I had my first boyfriend. He was Spanish. And he loved me, actually. Like, that was my first love, but I was, girl, I don't think I had a good childhood. So for me to be the way I am now and it's extra awesome. And loving myself, this is why when people say I'm conceited, I'm like, you don't know what it took for me to get here. So if you call me conceited, I don't care. I feel like maybe it's something you're working on yourself, that you wish you were conceited like me. But now it's like I have every right to feel the way I do about myself, because I used to hate myself growing up, you know. So I'm glad that you grew up with confidence, and you were, you know, like, your parents instilled in you.
I also feel like I had no choice though, because my parents were corporate. Mm-hmm. So it was like, if you're gonna go, like, I used to have conversations with myself like, you gonna have to be a hustler, because your parents are not gonna provide for you. I remember I worked at it was a entertainment law firm. I remember it was Faith Evans, lawyer. Oh my God, Londell. It was L. Londell McMillan PC. He was a PC. That was L. Londell McMillan PC. He was one of the top entertainment lawyers. And I was 18 and I had just graduated. Actually, I just graduated, and my dad was like, you're going to work at the entertainment law firm. And I was like, okay.
Wow.
Going in there in my suits. My first day, I called him and I was like, Daddy, this is not going to work. Like I told him. And Why? He was like, all right, we're going to figure something out. That's all he said. And from then, any little job that I could do, I did. I swear to God, I bagged Legos. It's in actually season 1 of Mo Brown's Bodega. I bagged Legos. I sold chocolates. I was a brand ambassador.
So wait, you didn't want to work at the law firm because it was working for somebody else, or it was the way they were treating you, or what?
It was just real corporate.
Yeah, you wasn't with it.
Stuffy.
So you would have rather do the other stuff you were doing instead of being...
Yeah, because I was a choreographer. I was a choreographer, and I was like, this is what I love to do. Like, I love choreographing and producing. Like, I love putting stuff together. And when I was teaching at the Jackie Robinson Center, I was thinking to myself, corporate or dance? And then when you have families that are corporate that tell you that there's no money in art, there's no money in this, you sort of set your brain to say, okay, if they don't think I'm going to make money in this, how can I make them believers? Or I'm just going to have to do me and figure it out.
Wow, that's big.
Yeah, I didn't. The only person that was in entertainment was my aunt, and she was dancing, and that was it. So I knew when I was younger that I was going to have to make a way for myself.
I never thought, like, my father, now that I think about it, I guess we were like babied, or I didn't think I would struggle growing up. You know what I mean? Like, I thought I would be fine, and you know what I mean? Like, I would, it's the opposite. It's the opposite. I didn't.
Like, girl, you on your own. Oh, shoot.
Damn.
What you mean you don't have tuition for me?
See, and my dad paid my tuition, and what I do, I fucked up. I wasn't going to classes.
I got dropped like a 0.
Wow.
Yeah, I had to figure it out. I had gotten sick my freshman year in college, and this is not to bash, it's not to bash him. My dad,
of course not.
I think what happened was my ex-boyfriend bought me a rabbit, like a pet rabbit, and I didn't know that I was allergic to the pet. So I kept having like all these allergies, and then my mom had a carpet, so my hair was getting stuck. So I go to the doctor, and they give me amoxicillin or penicillin. I didn't know I was allergic to penicillin.
Oh my God.
So when I had this crazy breakout, I was missing so many days of my second semester of my freshman year. And my dad said, I'll pay your tuition if you have a GPA over 2.5. And it was a 2.3. And he stopped paying for my tuition.
Damn.
And I had to figure my shit out. So I worked 2 jobs. and I went to school taking 23 credits, I would never advise that for anyone.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I would never advise anyone to do that. I've been overworking myself from day one, and I would never advise anybody to do that.
See, and I don't know if it's laziness with me, but it's like I vowed to never overwork myself for anybody or even anything or even myself, because I feel like rest is so important and you need that mindset. If you overwork yourself, you
have no health and you can't do anything.
And then all that hard work you're doing could go to waste, because you could end up in the hospital or dead from overworking yourself. So you're not going to enjoy the fruits of your labor.
And that's exactly what happened.
See, and you've learned to slow down and take care of yourself first. This is why I didn't want to ask you to do my website, because I'm like, you have a lot on your plate already. And I know we discussed the website for me, but I was like, you already have a lot on your plate. I don't want to add to it. You know what I mean? And I didn't know what I wanted really either.
But I also feel like you probably don't know what you want, because, well, when you got to meet the right people, because they can show you examples of what you want, or they can pull out things from you so that your mind can focus on or get to what it is that you want. So even if I'm not actually doing it, I feel like the platform that you have here can help people. And that's I'm big on mentorship. I'm big on, bringing out the best in people. So if I can't do it, I'm going to say I can't do it. I'm going to say no. Like, I have no problem with saying no.
Oh, good. That's good.
No problem with saying no. The people pleaser has left the building.
Applaud that.
We're not doing that shit.
No.
It is a thing of the past. But yeah, you shouldn't have said that on your show. Just to let you know. You're professional as fuck. And
what'd I say?
No, to do the website and all.
Oh.
Yeah. Are you going to edit this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I can take that out.
Yeah. Talk on.
I hope I don't forget. I'm not going to forget.
I'm going to remind her.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
So I got to cut all this shit out. All right,
No, don't cut it out. Don't cut it out. It's fine. No, you can leave it. It's fine.
Yeah,
you know
I'm
what?
transparent.
It also shows that there's nothing wrong with asking for help. How are you going to get to the goals that you want or what you need without asking for help? I have no problem asking for fucking help.
And I have a problem with asking for help. I don't like asking because I feel like I'm a bother to people. And then if it's something I'm asking for help and I don't understand and I need more help, I'm too embarrassed to ask for more help.
No, don't be embarrassed. No, ask for help. Ask for help. Look at where I am now. Ask for help, girl.
I need it.
Because you never know what can come from it. And it also opens you up to more opportunities with more people.
Right. One of my mentors, when I used to intern at Interscope, Dave House, we've always kept in touch. And this was back in this is after I worked for One Day. I interned for him. And he always gave me advice and he was always helping me out. So he's seen my radio glow up from the beginning. He even came to one of my shows when I was on the radio with Do It All back in the day on Streets 96. So now...
Did you hear all this stuff? Streets 96, with Dave House.
Interscope Records, Wendy Williams, WBO. I've been working.
It's not name dropping. It's just the simple fact that you've been a part of other people's goals and dreams to elevate them.
Yeah.
So now allow people to do the same for you.
And that's what I'm realizing, because he's been giving me advice and little gems now when I send him my podcast, and it was like, damn, I didn't even think about that. You've been telling me, even the girl who's doing my website, there were certain things that I didn't think about as far as advertising and everything like that. And she was like, no, we can do this so we can get you money. I was like, damn, I didn't even think about it. She's coming up with ideas that I didn't even think of. She was thinking bigger for me than I was thinking for myself. And that's why I'm learning, I got to stop that. You have to think bigger for yourself to push yourself, to motivate you, and to get to where you want to be.
Just accomplish your goals.
Accomplish my goals.
And for you and yours. Because, the outside people will think that they know that your goals and dreams. Mm-hmm. And they'll tell you what they think your success is.
The fuck?
And you'll be like, you don't even know what I dreamt of.
Yeah, shut up.
You don't even know.
Yeah. So I'm happy to have my circle who knows what they want and what they're doing. I'm happy to have my friends and close friends to me that have dreams and goals and aspirations, because we all will help each other out somehow. You know what I mean? It might not be in the same field, or it could be in the same field. I'm so grateful to have you. and show me the way, because you've been in this industry for years, and I feel even though I've been doing radio for years, I haven't really
gone full throttle,
like I can, and like I'm about to do now, or like I'm doing now. So I'm glad that you're here to help mentor me too, you know what I mean? And I want to be here to help you with whatever I can do, because we both have a gift, and it's sharing it with the world. Like, people need to see how dope we are and inspire them to find their own happiness. Which I saw a quote the other day, and I was like, this is exactly what I was meant to do. I'm here to help people find their own happiness just by me living my life. I'm not even trying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, the travel vlogs that you have.
Inspiring.
You're telling people what good foods and where to travel to and all of that stuff. Like, and your surgery.
Yeah, my gastric sleeve surgery too.
Improving.
I've had a lot of people and it's funny because some people that I spoke to before the surgery, they wouldn't tell people they had the surgery. They would just be like, oh, I worked out, blah, blah, blah. But they told me they had the surgery, right? So the fact that I'm so open about it, people are like, how can you just let people know? It's like, because people are gonna go through it and feel like they're alone. You know what I mean? And I want to be able to let you know you're not alone. The feelings you're feeling, you didn't feel that alone. I felt the same shit too. Even though everyone has their own surgery path, like, I want you to know that it's not easy. Even though you're gonna hear certain shit from people, and I had certain people tell me what to expect after my surgery too. So I want to do the same thing and pay it forward, and even go even deeper into it with my whole mental. Like, my mental was fucked up after my surgery, but I didn't realize it was fucked up because I had to get fucked up in order to get better.
You to unlearn.
With my mental, my spirituality, my physical, like everything. I went through a whole change. I'm not the same person I was before. Yes, I transmuted.
Yeah.
Is that a word? Transmuted?
You know what I think what would be an enhancement to this lovely show? Music. You don't think so?
I've been thinking about it, but
just a little music bed.
You see how I struggle with.
Yeah, you just need a music bed so that we can, you can create a mood.
A mood,
for
right?
people. Yeah. So if you're happy, you got your happy instrumentals though.
Yeah.
Right.
Instrumentals.
And then you want the little sexy mode. You got a little music going and flowing in the background. Just a low music bed.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, and it'll keep people in a rhythm and a flow.
All right. So it would be through the whole show.
You can stop it. You can do whatever you want. But just, get them in there.
See, this is why I need my people. This is my tribe, y'all. This is my tribe. This is why I need my tribe. Because that's a good idea. Because I actually was recently started thinking about music. And, you mentioned something too when you had your own radio show back in the day that you would listen to your show. I used to never listen to my show. Not only did I not listen to my show, but I would get drunk as fuck on my show because, I don't know why, and I would be too embarrassed to listen. So when I finally decided to listen, I was like, ooh, shit. So now it's like, okay, now I got to listen, and you improve. You might not want to hear it, but it helps you improve yourself.
Because you know what you want to watch, you know what you want to hear, what you listen to. You and also with your friends and stuff like that, they know you know what they are interested in because of what you guys talk about.
Right.
So it would enhance the situation. And the thing about it is that you would research. Ooh, this is deja vu. I had a dream about this. Wow. You would research and look up other people. Like, you should do that for yourself. When
like
you
Google
research,
myself?
Like, no. Listen to your stuff.
Oh, okay.
Go back to when you first started. The things you used to write, because you would give somebody else that courtesy, you would give somebody else that grace, you would want to learn from someone else, but you are ever changing, learning, shifting, just as the next person is too. You can learn from yourself.
That's true.
So, girl, research yourself, look up yourself, listen to yourself, because why would you want to have radio and not want to hear your voice?
I know. Isn't that weird? Like, I hated my voice. Like,
there's a lot of people.
Even when I'm out with my friends and we're out having a good time, I'm the loudest person you'll hear in the video. And every time I hear, I'm like, yo, I hate my fucking voice. But I've been told so many times, like, you have a great radio voice. Like, your voice is good. And I'm like, really? I hate my voice. But I just like to talk.
I love my voice, baby.
As you should. I mean, I would love it if I was if I had voiceover. I want to get into the voiceover game too.
I love it.
I think. I don't know. No. I want to get into it. I do. I just got to love my voice in order to do it. And that's it.
Or, I mean, yes, that too. But you can also understand that it is, like when you think about commercials, the voice is enticing. The voice makes the person want to, like the consumer, want to buy something.
Right.
Like, you know, you have to write down words and what the words can bring out or what the words can do. So it's just a matter of how you can manipulate,
Right.
you know, bend and move and shape things.
True.
Does it make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Makes a lot of sense. I got it, girl.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I recently, I haven't posted the pictures or anything yet. I just had a show that I hosted on Saturday. It was called On Your Toes Dance Show. And the stage was freaking huge. And I had on these high heels. I don't even know how I did it.
You always seem to wear high heels.
I do because I'm short. And when I get on the stage, you gotta command attention.
Right.
Without even saying anything.
True.
And I actually got that from performing in Ain't Supposed to Die a Natural Death with Melvin Van Peebles. Rest in peace, he passed away in January, I think it was. He was the first black film director on Broadway, and it was an amazing experience. I didn't know that when we first started. And then when I started learning about the history, I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be just like this man. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna carry the torch. Oh my God.
Aww.
So anyway, I was making a point. I didn't want to get emotional.
Oh, don't do it.
I was making a point. I forgot my point.
Damn. No, your point. What were we talking about before that? You said, yeah, take a sip. That might help you remember. That'll help you remember, girl.
No.
No, you brought that up for a reason.
I
Because
did.
what did I say? What did I just?
I said, oh my God, it has something to do with the show, something happening after. I'll remember because it's important and it'll come back.
But you had a show on Saturday that you hosted and
Oh,
choreographed.
right. But I made a reference. Oh, yes, I got it. Wearing the shoes and how to command attention with your confidence without even speaking a word. So, like I said, how can I, being that I'm not going to be dancing hardcore on this specific show, what can I say? I said, I'm going to wear these gold shoes. And as soon as I walk on stage, I was like, whoa!
Yes! Your shoe game is tight though, Bo. I'm not gonna lie, your shoe game is tight.
Thanks. What how you get? No, because I remember somebody said, this was some stupid hoe. She was like, the first thing I look at is a man's shoes. And I was like, what? What do you mean?
I've heard that before.
But then I was like, yeah, I just like to have nice shoes. Because you can wear something basic, but if you have on nice shoes, it don't even matter.
Right, that's so true.
It doesn't even matter.
That's so true. I was gonna walk here and wear this dress with some ugly ass sneakers, and I was just like,
No, you can wear
it's too
sneakers.
cool. No, but it was. I didn't think so. I'm like, people are gonna be looking at me like, look at her.
If you would have had like a purple sneaker or a pink sneaker,
It would have been white or black.
No.
That's all I had. I just didn't want to walk outside because I was cold. So that's why I took a lift and wore my sandals, because I'm like, I'm not going to walk out with black or white sneakers in this dress. Like, no.
It's all in how you do it. It's all, because I wore a leopard shirt and fatigue pants. I thought it looked so weird, but I was like,
no, it's
there's
cute.
No rules.
There's no rules. Not anymore.
rules.
People wear polka dots and stripes now. Remember back in the day, they're like, you can't do that?
I know. I don't know if it's together.
Yeah, I don't either.
But, you know, people do it and it looks good.
But I know I used to not match when I was a kid, and now it's acceptable to not be able to match. So, like,
I just had bad makeup, and which was weird because I'm doing everybody else's makeup nice, but mine, I don't know, it's weird.
at least you got to wear makeup. I wasn't allowed to wear makeup. Shit, even lipstick I wasn't allowed. I'm like,
But
Mom,
I went to performing arts high school, and everybody, like, all the wonderful white girls, they were wearing their makeup, and, you know, they had their straight hair and stuff, and I was kind of like, okay, let me, but see, I thought I was Spanish. I was like a black lip liner.
Oh God, me too, girl.
The gold lipstick inside.
Oh dear.
Some Zuby red. Let's try. Some rice and beans, some arroz con pollo.
I don't like
That's
arroz con pollo.
You're Jamaican, and we're just, please.
Stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane.
Damn, they can't accept you. Like, what if you wanted to be Dominican at that day?
Right. I was
Oh my God.
I was a big hip hop head and Jamaican music, and that was it. DMX was my man.
Oh.
Yeah, not my man like that, but you know.
I know, of course,
Yeah.
obviously. You know, it's so bad that I, even now to this day, don't listen to African music. And
Really?
Yeah, so I was at my friend's house, who I love, and he doesn't love me back, but one day he'll be mine, and he didn't think it. So we was at his house, and he has this card game. It's so fun, and it's like a music game where it says, like, for instance, it'll say Tim's and hoodies. What artists in the 90s? Something like that. So we were playing a game. So one of it said to play Afro beats, right?
I
so
love Afro beats.
You would be so disappointed what happened. It was me and his two brothers that he was asking us. And so when you get the song that you have in mind, you say you have it. Whoever has it first, they play the music, and then the judge judges all three people, like which one's the best song that they chose, right? Me, I chose a Beyonce song from her Lion King album, right? His brother almost chose the same thing. He chose a different song.
I mean, that's Afrobeats.
It is Afrobeats, but it's fucking Beyonce. But then he was like, no, he was like, right. So he was like, no, you all failed. So he was like, you got one more chance. Do you know his brother played the Lion King song? We were like, yo, that's mad racist. Like, the Lion King as an Afrobeat song. It was hilarious.
No.
I don't know why I brought that up, but that was a fun game, and I need it. It's called Aux Game or Aux something. So they have hip hop and R&B. They have one for pop, and they have one for country music.
Okay, so another thing that we can add to this show is sponsors, and you can promote your friends' products on the show. So the card game is, that's not your friends.
It's not my friends, it's Amazon's.
Right?
But maybe I can find them and be like, listen, I played your game, I love it, I want to tell people about it on my podcast.
Yeah, that's why I should have brought the Mo body butter, but I can do it again.
That's right. Oh, that's right, you do have your, duh. We're not talking about you. Let's talk about your Mo body round. You got that, you got hair oil, beard oil, like.
So Mo body butter, I've been making my own oils and butters. It's going on year 10 now.
Damn.
But yeah. Because when I started, it was just like a mason jar, with a little label slapped on it. But it was like the printing labels that you would use on regular envelopes. Oh,
it's all right, girl.
It's horrible.
You got to start somewhere.
Word of mouth, and once I sold like 300, I was like, I got something here.
Wow, 300?
Yeah, just off of word of mouth.
Wow, that's
so I was
big.
kind of like, so what are you gonna do with this? But the reason why I created it was because I had psoriasis, and everything was breaking me out and stuff like that. So I just decided to do Mo body butter, and it wasn't an easy process because I had to learn sales. I had to learn, you know, when you are an entrepreneur, everybody says, I want to be a boss. I'm a boss. But when you become a boss, it's about the consumer. Mm-hmm. It's about the people. It's about what you can provide and how you can, you know, help them. So it's not exactly just you. You're right. The beck and call of people.
Right.
But it was interesting experimenting because, you know, there's a formula. You know, you can't just put the oils in the container and then sell it. Like, I mean, granted, some people do, but no, because if it sits in the sun, then you'll see separation. If you get a drop of water in it, then it can get mold. Right. Like, there's so many things that can go into it that I had to learn with trial and error, you know? And then I had to do a rebrand. And then when you get I don't want to say a partner, when you get someone else that helps you, you gotta think about percentages, and that's when math comes in.
Damn.
Yeah. So being an entrepreneur is not for the weak.
It's not easy.
Like, it's not for the weak. And I wouldn't tease anyone or, you know, make anybody feel less than, because it's work.
It's not Instagram's viral shit. It actually takes work. And I can't even imagine. I remember I made my own body butter for myself, and I make my own hair oils just for myself, and I'll be like, oh God, I gotta do this shit again. You did 300 orders and more, like, I can't even.
And that was in the early stages.
Yeah, I can't even.
Man, any event that I could do, I was doing. Any opportunity that I could just get my hands on and just be a part of, I was in there.
So you're still making the body butter?
Yeah, for sure.
And you have a website and everything?
I just did a giveaway for the show on Saturday.
Oh, nice.
Yes, MoBodybutter.com. Check out Mo, M-O, Body Butter. butter, not butter, because people think because I'm black. They be like B-U-T-T-A-H. I'll be like, no, butter.
Like butter.
Like butter. Yes, MoBodyButter.com, all natural oils. We have beard oil, body butter, body oils. I am going to be introducing a lock oil and a foot stimulator because a lot of people keep asking me to help them grow their edges.
Well, my locks, I thought my oils was doing good, but there's been a lot of these.
A lot of people don't have locks that watch your show. Maybe they do, maybe they don't.
Oh, they can't. You're right. But you see what I need. I need you to help me.
Yeah, this is about to break.
Yeah, and it's been a lot of those.
Mine, I had 2 that came out. But anyway, yes.
Yeah, so anyway, it's not easy growing locks either, guys, so don't think it's that easy.
I'm enjoying my interview with you. Do you have any more questions for me?
No, I just want you to promote everything you're doing. I'm going to post it on the YouTube page so they'll be able to see your Instagram, your websites, your YouTube, everything.
Yes. Well, right now, one of the artists that I'm working with, her name is MissALovesToTravel. Yes. Check out her music videos called No Smoke. Directed that. And we also have a new project that we're releasing June with her. It's a new song. It's called You Know My Body. I'm very excited about that. And producing that. She's a 24-year-old hottie.
She is such a cutie pie.
Yeah, she is. I'm very proud. You know, I started performance coaching her when she was 17. She's 24 now.
Wow.
So to invest that much time in someone is a lot too. So I'm very proud of that. So we have that project coming out. It's a sci-fi film that I did the casting for called Fade that we're about to do distribution for. Oh, I'm not supposed to tell nobody. Damn.
Do I have to edit it?
No, it's fine.
Just know she a boss ass bitch.
It's with Lavaro Productions. I'm very, very excited about that. Season 2 of Mo Brown's Bodega has been in the works for like a lot of years, but I don't think people understood when you like going through a case where a network allegedly took your
idea.
Yeah, it was a lot.
We can't put them on blast, can we?
You can. It's fine. I just, the lawyer says I can only say certain things, but it was difficult going through it. Yeah.
I'm looking at them side-eye too. You told me who?
Yeah, so a network.
A whole ass network from one person.
Yeah, that was
stealing shit. You should be ashamed. Not you.
And it happened interesting too because it was, one day someone said it was midnight and they were like, hey, have you checked your Instagram? And I was like, no, what's up? And they were like, yo, there's a show out called Mo Brown Bodega, and your show is Mo Brown's Bodega. So I'm like, what you mean? And when I look, I had a slew of messages of everybody saying this show was stolen, blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
When I say it was devastating. It was.
That would be like you created a whole show and a big ass network took your show and just changed the name, like tweaked it a little tiny bit. Like they didn't even try to cover it up.
Man, I was so disregarded.
That's fucked up.
I was so disregarded. And I think that's what hurt me too. Just being so disregarded and disrespected and not, everybody wants acknowledgement. We get that. But it was just how it was done. And it's allegedly someone that was on the team.
Wow. Your own blood, sweat, and tears.
And I think that's what hurt. But I had my producing partner, Lavaro, was like, keep going and just keep going. And so I did a fundraiser and people donated and we finished season 2.
Good.
And so now it looks really good.
Yay!
And we don't have the release date yet because when you're dealing with the networks, you have to, you got to be very careful because they ask you questions like, has this been released before? And if things are released before, then some people don't want it.
Wait, so you trying to put it on a network? Ooh, I was like, wait, you said network, not YouTube. Okay. I need to be in an episode. I took acting classes before. I was a theater major, okay, for one semester.
For one, that counts. So yeah.
Oh wow. Yes, please. That's awesome. See, I told you my friends are so dope. Get you some friends who dope too. I mean, it doesn't have to be an entertainment, but they could just be dope in whatever craft they are and inspire you to be doper too. Like this is what all my friends, this is why people close to me they got their shit together. Other people, I'm letting them go out of my life because they don't need to be here. If they're not bringing nothing to my table, I don't need you. And I'm learning this the hard way. There's a few people I had to let go recently, but whatever, that's life.
It's important because it will drain you and you won't have energy
Right. There's a lot of energy vampires, and I've been dealing with that my whole life. And it's just now that I'm realizing that I was allowing these people to suck my energy out of me.
Yeah, they suck me dry.
They do. They love being around you because you make them feel so good or so special. You make them feel whatever, but once they get that feeling, it's like they don't need you no more. And I'm done with being that type of person. Like, you're not just gonna use me and throw me away. No siree, no you not. I got feelings. Shit.
Yeah. So there is 2 questions that you want to ask out of anything and everything. I'm being open. You can catch me there while I'm open.
Oh.
Cause I be closing. I don't have myself open like that anymore.
So you said I can ask you 2 questions?
Yeah.
Any type?
Yeah. They can be personal. They can be, don't do no stupidness. Okay.
Ah, damn.
We'll say 3 to make it even.
3?
It can be anything. Okay, 2.
2.
She don't want to think.
I don't. Damn, you put me on the spot of my own show. All right. Mm-hmm. The first thing came is sexual though. Like, I don't know if I'm.
Hit you out.
I don't know why it's like sexual. My last guest, we talked about threesomes, which is coming out tomorrow. And so that's what's on my mind, threesomes.
Well, you did experience the ayahuasca and opening up of your soul and the things that you desire and want. And so, of course, you want to... And when you come into yourself, you got a new body and everything. You end up feeling sexual. You end up feeling sexy. I mean, I've never had a threesome because I'd be ready to kill a motherfucker if they... I am shit. We not... Excuse my language.
Never?
No.
Don't knock it till you try. I've had all types of threesomes. And let me tell you, when I say all types, use your imagination. Like, there's only 3 types of threesomes you can have, really.
So that means you like pleasure. That means that you like being pleased.
And having fun.
So do you like being the pleaser?
Yeah, sometimes.
See?
I could be a little selfish though. I ain't gonna lie. But if I'm having a good time and everyone's like, I don't mind pleasing.
I also think that I've never went into it hardcore because I did have, not to switch it to be all serious and stuff, but I always had like, what do you say, uterine issues from when I was young. Okay. So I would like have my cycle for like 9 days and I was 12.
I remember.
And
I remember you used to have issues with your period. Like you had heavy periods early. Cause I think I was 12 when I got mine. I remember you used to have issues with your period.
Yeah, that makes me emotional because whenever I talk about it or bring it up, I had a guy who was like, we've been friends since we were 14. And when I first had the fibroid issue, he was like, yeah, when we were in school, you used to be vomiting so hard in the bathroom from pain. It's not that I blocked it out. But when you go through it for so long, you kind of like, what? Damn. So as you're saying that, I'm like, wow. And because of that, my whole sex life changed. So it never made me want to have threesomes. And also feeling like because I was in pain, I didn't have the right tools to be a pleaser to someone.
Got it.
Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So when you go through that much, you just think, well, I can't really please the person as much as they need, so I'm just trying to be by myself. Damn. I mean, I'm not, but yeah, that's interesting. So I think it didn't make me want to do that. But now that I am improving and I'm getting, I say more sexual, I do feel like that you have to be very careful about who you're having sex with. Yeah. These guys will pump their traumas in your vagina
Energy
in your
exchanging.
uterus, in your stomach, in your belly, in your body, and you try to figure out why you feel so crazy. But I miss him. You know, from all of that in you.
Yeah, now that I'm getting older, I'm realizing how important or special sex is. Like, not to sound like a prude or cornball, but it's like all these energies that you're splitting with people. You don't know what type of lifestyle they have or what they've been through. And you know, when I was in college, honey, I lived. Okay, when I was in college. Let's just say my numbers went up, and I was always feeling.
You are how, Adrian?
I was my dad. Yes, you had every right to be mad and take me out of college. You knew your daughter before I did, because y'all had me on lockdown when I was growing up. So when I was free, I was fucking free. Okay.
Literally.
So it was just like, now it's like I was wondering why I always felt like crazy after dealing with somebody. You know, after a little bit of time. Now it's like I'm keeping it more sacred. You know what I mean? Like. Yeah. I'm not trying to just sex anybody. Like, it's even not sad to say, but sometimes it's like I might go back to someone just so I don't, because I already know them. Like, I don't want to add on to my.
Oh no, you can't.
That's terrible. I know. No. But now it's even to the point where if I have one partner for the year, I'm fine. Like, you know, like, okay. Back then, God.
There's so many people that would love to be in the studio space that would love to help you.
Every Tuesday?
Yes.
Do they want to contribute to the fee? No. You're going to work for free, but you could pay too. Let me stop. My dumb ass probably would have did that back in the day. You know how many times I did shit for free back in the day?
Yeah.
And been on radio stations and had parties for that radio station and had to pay to get like... So you telling me I can't go for free and I'm a host on your radio station?
Yeah, you know that. Oh, I can't talk smack about it. So I've done voiceovers for really big concerts and festivals, and they only pay like $175. My rate doesn't even start at $175, but I took it because the opportunity.
You were right. It's about the opportunity. That's like me working with Wendy. I would babysit for the whole weekend, and she would pay me $80, and I'm like, I'm just happy to be here.
Get in trouble.
No, I could tell you. Not saying nothing bad about her. I'm not saying nothing bad. I'm just talking about how she treated me. And
people take clips. Like, it may not be now.
Oh, true. And add it and flip it.
And be like, Mo Brown said, no, I didn't say shit. Stop playing me. I am the one.
Fuck you, Wendy. Let me talk.
Bro, I gotta go. Good night. No. You sour or no?
Let me stop.
You a sour bitch?
I used to be a sour bitch. I used to cry about this shit, but now
Well, I mean, I get it.
I used to cry, but now I like to talk about it. So it's not like I'm offended anymore or anything. I feel like it happened for a reason. So I guess to talk, it's a conversation starter. She tried to accuse me.
This, you should definitely not be afraid to ask for help. Because there are people out there that would love to help you. You're in a beautiful studio space. You have lots to talk about. You know, you're vibrant. You're energetic.
Thank you.
And I wish this show a lot of abundance.
Thank you.
And continued success.
I love you, girl. Thank you so much. And I wish the same for you. You've already been on your thing, your shit. And I know you're just going to keep going and keep growing and keep glowing. And I just see the changes between both of us, like from our tweens to our.
What you see, girl? What you see? Oh, this one is this. This is not for the show though. Or maybe you can.
Yeah, this could be the after. After, like, I just see you. You always been someone to go hard in what you believe in, anyway. So I see that, but I just see you being more confident in it, and just like nothing is gonna stop you. Yeah. Nothing can stop you.
Not at this point, because I feel like
you've been through too much to be stopped.
Yeah, and when you, like, when I was, I know I don't want to bring this up already. My friend T is probably like, okay, but stop talking about it. But it was such a life-changing moment when I was like hemorrhaging and having clots, because I was like, okay, so if you die right now, what would you feel proud that you left the world with? And I don't mean proud as in like just the idea of success, but like, do you feel peaceful enough inside of your heart that you've done everything that you could do from the inside and what you give out? You know, I was having those real talks with myself. You know, and I made a decision that I was gonna just go hard and live as happy as I can And that's that. Because even you could be a millionaire and be unhappy.
Yeah.
And I say that because something so small as, say you need $500 for your shoot, and you get the $500 and then you're not happy, but you got the money to finish your shoot, and you're like, oh shoot, I might be sad about something else. I thought that thing was gonna make me happy. And no, that's not it. So I made a decision that I was gonna do the things that I wanted to do, and that's it.
Good. And be more healthy and get your rest in when you need it, and don't be trying to overdo yourself.
Like, yo, I used to say I sleep when I die. Until I almost died, I was like, oh, you know what, girl? I think I'm sorry.
Right. I gave you the wrong info.
I'm never gonna say that again, and I'm never gonna say that again. So rest is just as important as the active.
Yeah,
in your life. Because if you don't rest, you're not rejuvenated, you don't have energy, you're mumbling and stumbling, you can't think straight, and eat.
Make sure you take care of yourself. If you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else. So make sure you take care of yourself, and get your rest when you need it. And I mean, of course, work hard in your goals and what you want to do, but this is why you need a tribe to help. Like she said, I shouldn't be afraid to ask for help. You shouldn't be afraid to ask for help. And go for your dreams and take rest when you need it. This is what we're here to tell you. We're here to teach you things and help you and inspire you and make you happy. And Mo Brown Suga, I'm so happy you came to my show. Thank you so much. It was an honor having you. This was a great conversation. And I'm looking forward to the next time you're on my show.
Yes, Mo Brown Suga. Check me out. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Reddit. I'm on YouTube. I'm on what else?
Damn, son.
I'm trying to do the TikTok thing. Like
that shit is.
Bear with me. I feel like when you work really really hard and then people just want, like during the pandemic, people are like, why you not doing funny videos? I'm like, because
ain't nothing funny,
bitch. No.
That's what I wanted to say too.
Yeah, like what the fuck are you talking about? Like, nah, I work dumb hard. Like I'm not about to exert all of my energy for $3.99. Like what is happening? Yeah. And I'm not saying that, oh my god, you got any, but when you listen, when you tour with people that have like their PhD, right? My mom was like, oh, you gonna go back to school to get your master's, get your PhD? And I was like, I just came up for tours on my PhD.
Right.
So if I go back to school, it's gonna be for something completely different. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm trying. If I do, it'll probably be for psychology or something.
Right. I ain't never going back. So I had 3 credits I was supposed to do in 2007, and I still never went back. No, you can
do it. Let me tell you something.
She turned her head mad fast.
You got extra?
Yeah, I got time.
Okay, so.
Well, we don't have time though, but I thought they said 7 years and then you have to take more credits or something like that. So that's another reason why I didn't go back. So I'm like,
I have a story about a really great friend of mine. Her name is Tia. And she started school, many moons ago. And she took a 17-year break. And she made a decision to leave her job and go back to school, and she just graduated.
Wow! Congratulations, Tia.
I know, it's been after a lot of time.
Well, thank you so much for coming on my show.
Yes.
I'm so happy you're here, and you're definitely welcome back again for sure. Show. Mm-hmm. And I'll put all your credentials throughout the show so everyone can contact you. Get
sugarproductions.com, MoBrownSuga.com. Go check out everything.
Check it out.
Instagram, Mo Brown Suga.
YouTube. Mo Brown.
You can just
Mo Brown Suga. Google her.
Mo Brown Suga. Yes.
Oh, so now you want to say sugar, but you didn't want to say butter. Butter.
Yes, but sugar. Because I feel like it's sweet. But the thing is, I've had Mo Brown Suga since I was a little girl. My grandmother used to say, sugar, Mo Brown Suga. I was like, oh, shit. My grandmother called me that. That's my name.
That's the name right there.
And I also felt like I was... I was sweet. I brought the energy. That's what sugar does. And so the name fits.
It's good.
I love it. Mo Brown is my name. Like, people like, what's your real last name? I'm like, Brown, stupid.
Dumb.
Right. You don't know nobody named Brown?
I always wondered what rim shot was. Okay, all this time I could have been hitting that button. This is why I need an intern. All right, y'all. So we are out of here. Thank you so much for tuning in to my Lovely Lunatic Leo Life podcast. Not only am I on YouTube, but you can catch the audio version on Apple, Pandora, Spotify, iHeartRadio. so many other ones. Just My Lovely Lunatic Leo Life podcast. That's all you gotta do. Thank you for tuning in, y'all, and we are out. I don't ask questions, we conversate.
Converse.
I like to say conversate, all right?
Oh my God, you're doing radio. You're a leader now.
I know, right? Oh my God, I've been hearing that.
Same shit.
I've been hearing that.
People are following you now.
Follow.
Aww.
This is good.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I'm so proud of you too.
Yeah,
When I
so
record it, that's when.
this is Adrian's show. Let me tell you something. She been wanting to do radio since we were 2.
Lies.